a blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S., are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. And one of the things that I noticed that happened yesterday, it's God inspired. But one of the things I noticed yesterday, I was listening to the Philly 76ers against Boston Celtics on Facebook, not Facebook, on Sirius. And I felt like I was rooting for Boston because, those are my two teams. And, but I noticed Philly played a great game yesterday. They lost 108 to 100. And after the game was over, I was somewhat sad.
I remember you kept saying, "Oh, they're tied. They're tied."
Yeah, they kept Philly kept tying it up. Drummond hit a three, or the guy who was really good yesterday was Maxey, and that's nothing unusual.
Right.
And then I started to rationalize why was I so sad? It was a stupid reason.
Huh? Why?
And I'll tell you why it was a stupid reason. Because if you look at the 76ers, the Flyers, which are the Philadelphia basketball and hockey,
Okay.
the Celtics and the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
They're all there. They're all in the playoffs. Now, what I realized is that you've got to sacrifice one for the other. It's a sacrifice. Now, you know what? I'll tell you. If Philly loses to Boston in 5 games,
In what sport?
basketball,
Okay.
then Boston will get extra rest before they play the winner of Atlanta and the New York Knicks.
Even though these are your two favorite teams, they're not going to be working together like that.
They're not going to be working together like that, but it may end up like that.
Okay.
And the hockey, Philly's ahead of Pittsburgh 3-0. And the Bruins have no chance. Now, Philly and Boston are not playing in hockey, but they could meet in the semifinals.
Oh, okay.
But that's down the road. But the deal with that was if the Flyers win today, then they got to play Carolina. Now, the deal with that is if they're going to get equal rest because they're both, if Philly wins today, they both win their series 4-0 because they won't start the next round until Buffalo Boston is through and Tampa Bay and Montreal. So the trouble with Boston is their offense is not good and their goaltender has these mental lapses where about maybe 10 minutes he can't stop anything. That's what happened in game number 1. So
does he get tired at the end, or he just gets?
I think he loses his concentration.
Oh yeah.
But maybe he gets tired. But anyway,
Oh, my thought today is about the concentration thing. That's kind of cool.
great.
Yeah, we don't rehearse this, obviously.
So finishing up this hockey thing,
Uh-huh.
the topic of the day is extremism,
Oh, okay.
and
Extremism.
but I'm going to talk about sports first. And one incident I had that's a whole lot better than last week with the Canadian disaster,
That was hard.
but it was the same time of year.
I lived through it. Oh,
I don't wish that on
yeah.
anybody.
Let's go to
There's
another
a
thing.
story about the Canadian
Yeah,
disaster.
let's keep going.
I didn't tell you last week, but I should have. But anyway,
Yeah.
the hockey situation. And I'm thinking about this. First round playoffs, Tampa Bay and Montreal. Now, there's 16 teams. Tampa Bay's number 3.
Okay.
Montreal is number 4.
Got it.
Now, if you know anything about bracketing,
You think I know better since I'm married to you, but I don't know. It's
here's the
hard.
way. If you
You
have
explain it well.
16 teams, you have 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every game, if it's done properly, adds up to the number 17.
Oh, my special number.
Now, here's where it goes. The top of the bracket, 1 versus 16,
17.
then
I
17.
figured the math.
All right. 8 against 9. How much is that?
No, you can figure that one out.
8 plus 9 is 17.
I would have guessed it.
Well, I'll give you a clue. All 8 of these additional problems will add up to 17.
Okay, got it.
4 versus 13 and 5 versus 12. That's the top half.
Okay.
Now, in the bottom, you got 2 versus 15. 2 and 15, 17.
And so they work it out so in the middle, then they're going to be the two best, hopefully, right?
Yeah. 7 against 10. 7 and 10 is
Yeah.
17. 3 versus 14. And 6 versus 11. Now, Tampa Bay is number 3. They shouldn't be playing number 4. They should be playing number 14.
Yeah, go to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Come on, even I figured that out.
Montreal, who's number 4, if you could also take 17 minus 4 to find out who Montreal should play.
Yeah, duh.
So you've got 13. So 13 is your answer. And this idiot, who's a commissioner of hockey, if he doesn't know anything about bracketing, which he obviously doesn't,
Obviously not.
his argument is, well, Montreal and Tampa will be a great series.
Oh, he's not objective at all.
Now, that's true. It will be a great series, but it's too early.
Yeah. We got to work it towards the end.
You've got to work it towards the end. And so that's the deal with that. And Tampa Bay should play number 14, and Montreal should play number 13. They shouldn't be playing each other. Maybe in the finals, if they
Yeah.
both go through, you could have 3 against 4. If 4 beats 1 and 3 beats 2, then you'd have 3 and 4. You could have Montreal and Tampa Bay in the finals. That's doable. That's how good these teams are. Now, the last item I'm going to go to before I start talking about this week's show is my Yankees. Now, Boston played the Yankees this week.
Hmm?
And of course, the Yankees swept them up.
Yep.
Now, suppose the reverse was true. Suppose Boston swept them up. Instead of being 7 games out, which they're 8 now because Yankees won yesterday and Boston lost, there'd be 1 game difference. That's not the reason I'm rooting for the Yankees. And if the Red Sox had swept them up, it would not change my rooting interest. I look at the Yankee ball club, and during the offseason, Aaron Judge, who's their best player,
Yes.
he complained that the Yankees weren't doing enough in the offseason.
Was he right?
Yes.
Okay. I trust him.
Now, in spite of that, they still blew the Red Sox out of sight in Boston.
Well, Boston is getting rid of their good players.
Yes, they are.
So, who's surprised?
And I expressed this before. Why I'm rooting for the Yankees, because I can't ever see the Yankees doing what Boston's doing right now. I can't see the Yankees going into a full tank mode.
No. Ooh.
I
Don't
can't
you think the New Yorkers would have their heads?
Yes, and there would be firings, there would be boycotts.
Oof.
It would be rough if the Yankees decided that they were going to do what Boston does on a regular basis.
Used to have good fans. Come on. What? Why aren't they boycotting like you are? Why aren't they speaking out? I don't get it. What's
Well,
happened?
you know what it means?
No, I
It
don't.
means that the fans are not as good as we thought.
Oh, we had him up too high.
We had them up too high. You know, when you judge somebody and you judge them too high,
Yeah, I've
and
had
then
that
you
problem.
know what happens? They disappoint you.
I know.
So this is where the Red Sox fans are at, and
Okay.
they should boycott, and they should make their intent known that they want the team to be sold.
Yeah. Have somebody who cares.
Have somebody who wants to win. Now, if the Red Sox had fans who did what I do,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't be in the mess they're in today
Yep.
because
There wouldn't be anybody in the ballpark.
the owners would know that if they don't listen to the fans, there's going to be consequences.
Yes.
And that's the deal with this. Now, getting to another issue. I explained why I'm rooting for the Yankees. Now, the Canadian disaster, I talked about it last week.
Yes.
And I talked about it because it was the same time of year, April 16th, and where teams cheat. We know Carolina cheats in hockey. The referees cheat for them. They cheat for Montreal. They cheat for Oklahoma City. We know this.
Okay.
And so I brought up an experience where they cheated for me. And here's something very
They cheated
important
against you,
against me.
not for you. Oh.
Anyway, one thing about that story,
Uh-huh.
April 16th.
Yep.
Now, some of these times I used to.
We're going to have to figure out what happens because they're going to a break. This is the Nancy and Mike show. Stay tuned.
Mike Zorich, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorich, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. And if I didn't mention, I think I did mention
Yeah,
God Inspired,
you did.
but I didn't mention that this is show number 40.
Yeah, 40.
So 40 has a lot of significance in the Bible.
Yeah, and you know there are 40 days and 40 nights and
Yeah,
there's
tons of that in the Bible.
The desert for more than 40 years, you know it?
Yeah, we sure did. Just a little over 40 years.
Yeah.
And I almost didn't survive it. But anyway,
Yeah. They said we got to get out of here.
The deal where I left off.
Yeah.
I was starting to wrap up the Canadian disaster. And I'm not going to go into the Canadian disaster,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go into if did you ever have an experience where you're having a wonderful day? Everything is going away. It can't be better.
Yeah.
It's a perfect day. You have a perfect day.
Had days like that.
But what do you do when you have a day like that?
You smile a lot.
You smile a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what else you do.
What?
And I was guilty of it.
What?
You wish that day could never end.
Oh, no, I never did that.
I have. Now, here's where I'm going with this. I told you last week what a horrible day, April 16th, 1988.
Mm-hmm.
I got cheated out of a world championship in a weightlifting tournament. The Phillies lost. The Red Sox lost. I was a Red Sox fan then. And then we got home. It was about 11:30 at night. We got back to Connecticut. And what's the first thing I hear? The Washington and Philadelphia hockey was in overtime. Washington scores a goal. Philly dies. It was a 7th game.
Ugh.
Right?
Yep. You don't want to repeat that day.
No. But anyway, I just given you. I'm trying to find a highlight for that day. I can't.
Good luck.
And anyway,
Mhm.
here's what happened a few years later. We went to this Bible study
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
for married people.
Uh-huh.
And the Bible study had ended, and there was food there. For most people, there was nothing for me. It was all Mexican food.
Mhm.
I'm not a big on Mexican food.
Right.
All right?
I am.
So Nancy is.
Mhm.
But anyway, what happened was this. There was this girl, and we were sitting with her, and she was talking about the subject about having such a great day that she wished that that day had never ended.
Yeah.
Now, if she got her wish,
Uh-huh.
people who were having bad days on that day, that would never end either. Now, here's what happened, and this is what woke me up. I'll tell you what woke me up. She said she got married April 16th, 1988, and everything went absolutely perfect for her.
Aw.
And she said, I wish that day was so good that that day would never end. And so, I go back. April
With your
16th,
wonderful memory, you know exactly
1988.
what
She
happened.
wishes it never end. I keep on replaying the teams that I like. They all got slacked, and I got cheated in a weightlifting tournament, and it was cold as all
It
hell.
was.
And everything you could think about that day was horrific.
Yep.
And what if you had that for the rest of your life? It's a never-ending day, like she was wishing. I wish this day would never end. For me, you know what I wish? I wish the day had never begun.
Oh.
So anyway,
I remember your dad was driving home and we were out of gas, we're getting no, and he had to go off the main highway looking for a gas station, and I'm so tense. That was it.
that was Vermont. That happened in Vermont.
I know.
We were out of Canada, and
We're driving home from that horrible day, and he's like, okay, we'll just go on
we'll coast.
coasting.
We're on reserve.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So
that just added another thing to
that
my
was
day.
another thing to add to that.
I know you probably didn't care, but
I did care
Oh, I was
because I didn't want to have to stand outside in 10-degree weather
I know
waiting for somebody to.
And I don't think he belonged to AAA.
I don't know.
No.
But anyway, there was nothing about that day that made me happy. And so that was it. I wanted to mention that. I think it's important. Be
Yes,
careful,
be
you people out there, when you're having a great day.
Just
Don't
be happy.
don't wish that it never ends, because somebody out there, and there may be
Is
somebody out
suffering.
there that you love, is having a horrible day.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I should have mentioned last
Yeah.
week, but I got it in today.
Yep.
Now, before I go to extremes, one more issue. It's this time of year. It was actually last Monday and Tuesday, and I've talked about this before, but it's a subject that comes up every year. 1973, I hit my peak, 26 years old, and the 19th, I went to Michigan to compete in the nationals. Most of the nationals were held in the Midwest, and at that tournament, because you never know how you're going to do in the nationals, but I had training that year. The guy who drove us to, I was working with the Braille Institute. I was teaching track and field, and the driver was a state champion wrestler. So I got to work out with him.
Good.
So I had somebody to train with.
Yeah.
I was 114, he was 136.
Okay, that's good.
And I got to work out with him. And usually when I go to the nationals, I'm ring rusty, but that year I wasn't. Plus, I was in my prime.
Yep.
So I go to the nationals, and of course, you don't know what's going to happen from year to year. It was after the Olympic trials, and anyway, I pinned a few guys,
Good.
and what actually happened, I pinned my way through the whole national tournament.
Whoa.
Now, people who can see don't do that.
Yep.
That's an amazing accomplishment. And I had mixed feelings. I should have gotten the Outstanding Wrestler award.
Uh-huh.
But they had this guy from Mexico there who was a silver medalist
Of the Olympics.
of the Olympics. And you know what this guy looks like because he was number one. Remember that photo that you like?
Yeah.
He was first place in that tournament. Well, I ended up getting him and I lost 8-1. So they gave me second place in the Nationals. And I think it should have been just the United States. But I was the only weight class. My weight class was the only one that had anybody from another country in it.
That figures.
So everything else was all United States except the 114-pound class. So, but I was happy with it. And the 21st, I pinned somebody else, and then I went out. I was really hungry, of course, making 114.
Yeah, yeah.
And Michigan, they had these places. They got these pizzas, and actually what it's called. It's called a family size pizza,
Oh, I know those kind.
and they're squares,
Yeah. And cut in little squares.
cut in little squares.
Instead of pie shape.
Now the middle section, there's no crust.
That's what I like.
Nancy likes the middle
I don't like the
section.
crust.
I love the crust.
He gets all my crust.
And anyway, I ate the whole thing.
Oh,
There was about 30 pieces in there, and I had all 30 pieces.
families. That's sweet.
Oh, and I was 114. I think that day I was like 113 1/4.
Not after a whole family.
And
Keep.
not after that. But I didn't care because I didn't. It was
That
April,
was the end, right? The end of the season.
and no, I had another match coming up in June.
Oh,
But
well,
anyway,
April.
April, I got plenty of time to
Yeah.
work the pizza off. So that's what I did. That was what that weekend consisted of in East Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I was really happy. But anyway, the next thing is extremism.
Uh-huh.
No. And I'll tell you what made me think of this topic. I'm getting these calls, and I'm getting these calls from the doctor's office. And I'm thinking of them. I don't know how Nancy thinks of them. I'm thinking of them as harassing calls.
Yeah, because it's not just saying, hi, how are you feeling? They said, oh, I want you to check his blood pressure right now. I mean, they don't care how are you doing, what's happening, no friendliness. I have to get up, go get this stuff, and go, it's like
And I hang on the phone while she's taking my blood pressure.
it's like ordering me around. Boom, boom, boom. Well,
And when I was a teenager, I'm 79 now. But when I was a teenager, I had high blood pressure. And at that time of my life, which was more than 60 years ago, I was being told by the doctors, you're going to get a heart attack, you're going to get a stroke, and you're going to get what's known as athlete's heart, which is an extra large heart from very intense workouts,
yeah, which you did.
which I did. And I was working out.
Well, we're going to go to a break all of a sudden. Here we go. And this is the Nancy and Mike Show. We'll be right back.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And all these things are going to happen to me. Heart attack, a stroke,
because your blood pressure was so high when you were young and in good shape.
and athlete's heart, which is from very intense workouts.
Yeah, you had a lot of intensity.
I had amazing intensity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this because this is extremism. I could tell you, when I was a teenager, there were very few people who could have gone through the workouts that I subjected myself to. And
you were vicious.
why did I do it? I did it because one of the goals I had as a kid, I wanted to be the best blind wrestler that ever lived.
Yep.
I think about that. I have dreams about it. I mean, I thought about it night and day. I'm gonna be the best blind wrestler of all time. So anyway, still 60 years later, I never had a heart attack. I never had a stroke. I never had athlete's heart. These doctors are still whining and complaining. It's after about 60 years of it, it gets really old. Okay? Now, here's another part of the issue. When I went to the doctor in March 27th, it's a week before my 79th birthday, the doctor said, there's nothing, they don't make anything that you could take. I said that because I can't swallow pills. Now, the stuff they had given me worked. I took some stuff and it made me cough my head off.
Yeah.
But
Scared you
otherwise,
from
it
coughing.
worked.
Yeah.
The second thing tasted like crap and it didn't work. I went to Oxford to be tested for cancer. My blood pressure was 187 over 102.
Whew.
This was after
Taking it every day before the procedure.
I took it every day before the procedure.
It's
The
not
stuff that tastes like crap. It's not working. Well, the doctor wants me to go back to that.
Well, one thing, Dr., the other doctor, Dr. Kuhn that we go to, he said, when you have high blood pressure all your life since you were a kid, when your blood pressure goes too low, you start coughing.
And I had never heard of that.
No, me either.
But it makes sense.
I don't think the the other doctor knows about that.
And
He said it's a long time ago. People knew about that.
the last 3 times the doctor called, I didn't pick up.
Right.
And I couldn't do anything if I had because Nancy wasn't here.
He can't do it on
I
his
can't
own.
do it on my own. So, but I was thinking the other day, and I remember when I was a kid, and people used to talk about Chicken Little saying the sky was falling. Well, my blood pressure was in the stratosphere before Chicken Little came out with that.
Mm.
So, that's the deal with that.
Eh,
But this is extreme, some of the stuff I used to do. I used to chin myself with one finger on each hand.
Yep.
My middle
The
finger,
newspaper clipping of that.
yes, one finger on each hand,
Yeah.
and everything else was under the bar. My third fingers were on top of the bar, and I'd pull myself up by my third fingers. Never use any of my part of my hand. All right? I mean, I was amazing. And now, let's get to the other aspect of this,
The other extreme.
the other extreme. Now, when you have extremes,
Yeah.
one is really good, the other is very bad.
Okay. So
So now I got a call from CVS
a drugstore.
and they want me to come and pick up my prescription.
Mm-hmm.
I go there and the prescription from the beginning of the store was all the way to the back. And
Yeah.
I'm
The
standing there
drug department's in the back.
waiting in line and finally I told them, "Well, I'll take this thing you put in your mouth and you squeeze it and it's supposed to be good for your lungs." I'm having lung issues too.
Yeah. You squeeze it and squirts in your.
It's kind of a vanilla flavor and it's
Anyway,
very
that was
mild.
good.
So I kept that
Mhm.
and they gave me a couple extras. So I got 3 of those. And but anyway, walking back, we're looking for some other things that we wanted to get.
Uh-huh.
I can't walk anymore. My hips start to hurt, my thighs start to hurt. So Nancy's looking for a place for me to sit while
There was no place
which
except a real high stool that he couldn't get up
there
on.
was one place that was very high. I couldn't get up there. I'm only 5'2", so that gives you a thing. I could not. My legs didn't have the spring in them to jump up there. Right? I couldn't get up there,
Mm-hmm.
so I just sat on the floor. Now, last week, remember I told you we were going to see Nancy's brother.
Yep, and we had a good time.
We had a great time. We went to this fish place.
It was very good.
Fish and chips I got. It was the best fish and chips I had ever gotten at this particular restaurant.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to walk back to the car. I'm having the same issue. I can hardly make it. My hips are hurting me. My thighs are hurting me. I'm slowing down. And I see. I don't know where to start now. I'm in such bad shape. It's the other extreme, and I'm at rock bottom weight. So it's, one of those things that am I going to have to put up with this till the day I die?
I know.
But this is what I was telling you about earlier, the extremes.
I know.
Now, the fact that I love grocery shopping, but I never go with Nancy because I can't make it through the grocery store. And and I can't use age as an excuse because she's older than me, but she's in better shape. So, anyway, that's where we are with this stuff.
I know.
Talking about the different.
I don't want to be a nag. I don't want to say do this, do that. I I want to be helpful. And if I have to do the walking, and like today, there's a blueberry festival, there's no way that Mike could go.
Yeah, she'd have to carry me.
The last time we went to the date festival in Indio, California, we waited in a long line and he had a horrible time.
Well, I thought I would get better moving to Florida. But remember when we moved to Florida and you said, even if you don't get better, think of the fact that we're getting away from Newsom.
Yeah, I did say that.
And I did. That is one thing we accomplished. And so
And
anyway,
dryness was hurting his health.
yeah, the dryness
seriously.
was hurting me. But pretty soon I'll be 100 pounds overweight.
No,
And
no.
anyway,
We
that-
are going to fast on Monday.
that's where we are with
Yeah.
this. And getting to the point where I can't walk around the block in the neighborhood. That's the opposite extreme that I usually had,
Yeah, you
that I
could run
have now.
the day. I couldn't go as far as him. I had to get on the bike after a couple miles.
And people, I went from one extreme to the other.
But you
And
had a very serious kidney stone where you could hardly walk.
I
and
had
vicious-
that didn't help my conditioning. I had a kidney stone for 3 years.
Yeah.
After that, I got bladder cancer that practically killed me.
So be patient with yourself. Baby steps.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But anyway, Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and with the time I get left, I don't know where I'll go to some sport or something or other. But I wanted to get all that, the wrestling, and it was very significant after the Canadian disaster, and
Yep.
so Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and I'll be back.
Well, this is written by unknown, so I'm not giving anybody credit because who knows? Usually, the area in life of which we are the most defensive in ourselves is the area we are least tolerant of in others and in need of God the most. So that's true. You got to watch out where you're really quick to judge someone, and then for yourself, you make excuses. So this is from a really nice book called Jesus Calling. So here we go. Make God your point, your focal point as you move through the day. Just as a spinning ballerina, I know about that because I took ballet at a very young age. A ballerina must keep returning to her eyes to a given point to maintain her balance. So you must return your focus back to God. Circumstances are going up and down. The world seems to be whirling, you know it. The only way to keep your balance is to fix your eyes on God, the one who never changes. And if you gaze too long at your circumstances, hey, you're going to get dizzy and confused. So look to God, refreshing yourself in His presence, and your steps will be steady and sure. And I love that because when I was little, I was always the littlest one. So everybody like swirling me around a ballet class. And I got really allergic to dizziness. I know it's still, I don't like to get dizzy. And I did have to learn that trick of looking at one single thing, turn around, one single thing, turn around, one thing, and it does work. So keep your eyes on God. Huh, Mike? It really helps. Helps in life, helps in your everyday.
That's probably why you don't like the amusement parks, because everything gets you so dizzy.
Well, we're going to a break. We'll be right back. Take care, guys.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Uh-huh.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
This is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And I could feel it. I'm having a problem with my lungs today.
You want
And
to sip a drink here?
no, I always wake up in the morning with lung issues. And the doctor gave me some cough medicine. It worked, but it tasted like crap. And if she wants to give it to me again, I will take it because it's not a never-ending
Yeah, that's why you don't like
situation.
that other stuff. It
No,
seems
I'm not
never
going
ending.
to take this stuff that doesn't work, that tastes lousy for the rest of my life. It's not going to happen.
No.
And, somebody told me I'd rather have 5 good years than 10 bad years. And that's the way exactly how I look at it. But one of the things I was talking about at the beginning of this show about who to root for in these hockey games or uh, basketball or whatever the case may be, Philly or Boston.
Right?
And they're playing each other in basketball, and they're not playing each other in hockey yet. They wouldn't see each other in hockey unless they both advance to the semifinals. And the good news about that is, if they did meet in the semifinals, one of them would be sure to make the finals.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. I think Philly could get there, but I don't think Boston can. Philly has been very hot in the Flyers in the National.
Yeah, I noticed. Cool.
And I remember when they played Boston about 6 weeks ago
Yeah?
on a Saturday. I didn't know who to root for because I honestly thought Philly was out of the playoffs. So I mistakenly rooted for Boston, and Philly just slacked the pants off them. But anyway, thinking about who to root for and
Yeah.
all this stuff. And I'll tell you what it reminds me of.
What?
Something that you know about. Do you remember there was a song by the Loving Spoonful?
Oh, yeah. The two girlfriends, the sisters.
No, Did You Ever Have to Make Up Your Mind?
Yeah, yeah.
And you accept one and you have to leave the other one behind. So,
And the father said, hey, boy, you got to make up your mind. It's two sisters.
oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Boy, I learned something today. I just remember that song. The Loving Spoonfuls, they had a lot of good hits. I remember their first hit. It was Hot Town Summer in the City.
Yeah, I love that one.
It was in the summer. It actually did come out in the summertime. In the summer of, you could probably remember what you were doing then.
You do?
It was the summer of 1966. Now, Nancy graduated in 64, but I didn't graduate till 67. So,
Well, you got put back a couple
when
times.
she graduated, she ended up marrying a freshman. I remember a song by the Beach Boys, and this girl was dating the quarterback or the football player, the fullback. Now that the NFL draft is on, and one part of the words in this song were, uh, "With a freshman or a sophomore, she wouldn't be seen."
Yeah.
And I'm glad Nancy didn't think that.
You know what? Well, when I was in high school, even when I was a senior, people were always calling me Freshie because I always look little and young, and I don't know. Everybody thought I was a freshie, even though I said, "Oh, I can't wait till I get my senior ribbons." We'd wear ribbons if we were seniors to show everybody I'm a senior.
Well, you were Freshie and I was Frenchie. Frenchy fry.
Yeah, you know you love those French fries.
Oh, I sure do. I had some wonderful French fries the other day when you went to Macy's,
Oh yeah,
and
Chick-fil-A.
she got some French fries from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has very good French fries. They're like
Crap. Crisp
yeah,
cut.
they're some people call them crisp cut, and some people call them waffle fries,
Oh, okay.
and they are amazingly delicious. But anyway, I got some Thursday, and now I want
You
to
got a pretty yellow blouse.
go to Outback and get my Aussie fries, which is French fries, cheese, and bacon.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right up your alley.
that's coming up soon. And sometimes when I go out, I get three kinds of potatoes.
Mhm.
We go to Bob Evans. I get with my fish and chips. I get two sides, so I get mashed potatoes, and gravy, and French fries, and then I'll get a cup. They got the best
Potato soup.
potato soup. Oh, it's
That
amazing.
doctor said, "Oh, I can see you love your carbs
Yeah, well,
because of your blood work."
right about that.
Mhm.
But anyway, it is whatever it is,
Yep.
and you know, I'm not going to change my diet
I know that.
after 79 years.
Mhm.
One of the old things about it is you can't teach an old dog new tricks,
I know.
and I'm one of those old dogs that's even past old. So anyway, nobody's going to teach me any new tricks.
How do you
I don't
say?
want to learn anything. But anyway,
Well, it's been a nice show, and thanks for listening, guys. We really appreciate you. And Mike and I will talk to you next week. So take care.
it will be Meg. Go
Yay!
Boston Celtics. Go Philadelphia Flyers.
Woohoo! Take care.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.